What advice would you give to freshmen concerning finals?
Okay. First of all, freshmen, breathe, all right? It's your first semester, don't trip. Don't overthink this. It's not that difficult. You're gonna have a lot of finals to come. So first things first, get down to business, study. Don't try to procrastinate waiting the last day to study, because then you're just gonna like basically screw yourself over, and you don't want to do that. Unless you do, then you have problems. So just start studying and study right away. They give you a study guide, do it. And don't just do it. If they say it's not for a grade, it doesn't mean don't do it. It'll work. Freshman year is gonna be the easiest. And then if you start these habits now, later on it's gonna come easily and you won't regret it.
So Joyce, what advice would you give to freshmen regarding finals?
The advice that I would give them is pay attention in class, because the last couple days are essential. Because if you start falling behind now and you start studying like last minute, you're gonna get behind and you're gonna stress. To be honest, it's unnecessary stress. So if you just pay attention in class, do work, like you might not even need to study, because that is your study time.
So Nick, how do you study for finals? What are your tactics?
I just do the homework throughout the year. You know, if you did the homework and just focused on that stuff, made sure you understood it, the final really shouldn't look that scary to you. I mean, if you study the homework like maybe 15 minutes before the final exam that you already did, you'll find out it's a lot less intimidating. Next thing is, don't freak out before the test. The last thing you need is to be pulling your hair out the night before the test. So just play some video games, get on Facebook, whatever gets your mind off the test. Get yourself in the mindset that you're gonna destroy this thing and you're gonna come out with 100%.
Nick, how's the weather outside?
Terrible.
Okay, Michael, how do you feel about finals as a freshman?
Hard, I guess.
Okay, what are you nervous about?
Everything.
What do you mean everything?
Like, just studying for
Is this like your first time taking finals?
No.
No? What have you done in the past to prepare for finals?
Wrote down my notes during the year.
Okay, and do you think that's going to help you this year
Yeah.
as a freshman? Okay. Any like extreme worries that you have? Okay. What advice as a freshman would you give to your other fellow freshmen? You already give them any advice? Okay. Okay, thank you. Hold up. You're still recording. Okay, Nisi, as a senior, what advice would you give to the freshmen regarding taking their finals?
Definitely try to make it like personal, like personalize your study habits. Like for me, basically like all I do is like play games with flashcards, try to help me like find ways to like understand them better. If I use like acronyms or if I like make a song out of it or something, then that like helps me.
What advice would you give them not to do?
Okay, don't procrastinate, because if you procrastinate, you're not gonna get anywhere. On the first day you take your final and you get that half day off, don't go to the mall. Go home and study, because that's really gonna help you prepare for your classes. After the first day, you'll kind of get a gist of get the gist of basically what finals are about. If you're nervous, there's no way around it. Just study. Just drill and drill and drill until you get it, basically.
All right, Amanda, what advice would you give to the freshmen?
Well, I would say that you should ask your teachers for all the help that you can, because it'll be the best thing for you studying.
Okay. Is there any specific things you do to study? Any study habits? Do you cram the night before, or do you study
I spread it out
gradually?
during the week, and yeah, I just
Okay.
spread it out throughout the week.
Okay. And do you find that your studying pays off?
Yeah, it does, because I usually do good on my tests, and I always ask teachers for help, so I feel pretty confident.
And would you say that the teachers are there to help you during finals?
Yes, all the time.
And when could you go and seek advice from them or help?
before school, after school, at lunch, during class, ask lots of questions.
And would you say that the freshmen should do the study guides that the teachers give them, even though they aren't per grade?
Yes, because that will help you pass your final and it won't make you fail.
When it comes to finals, what do you find helpful?
When it comes to finals, I don't cram the night before because that does you nothing. You won't remember anything and you're just going to be tired. So I would say study over the course of a couple days. Do everything little by little. Don't try to cram everything all at once because that's not going to work. Try using flashcards and get into study groups with as many people as you can. And make sure those people are studious, because if you get a group with like a bunch of random people, you're not going to end up saying it all, so you're not going to learn anything. So yeah, I would just say that.